What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. Premier League predictions 2024-25 is here. I know I'm late, very late, but I just wanted to wait for the transfer window to end, and well, in the 2 weeks after the transfer window, I just didn't get time. So the important thing is, here it is, Premier League predictions 2024-25. Let's dive straight into it. Before we do guys, drop a like if you enjoy and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Now, I've got a tier list of the teams. And well, we're gonna start the Premier League predictions bottom to top. As always, I think number 20 are gonna be Southampton. It's a simple story. I think they're gonna be the Sheffield United of this season. They were rock bottom the season they went down, and they've come up so far. They haven't won a single game, not a single point. They're trying to play like good passing football, playing out from the back and everything, but sometimes that just doesn't work in the Premier League. We saw that with Vincent Kompany and Burnley last season. Southampton are going down as bottom. Next up is Everton in 19th. Everton have always been in the Premier League, but I think this season is finally when it comes to an end. Humiliating defeats in their first two games. The third game looked like where it was going to change for Everton, but then losing to Bournemouth in that fashion, I really think the last season at Goodison Park is going to be the end of the Premier League journey. I really do. 18th is Ipswich Town. Now Ipswich, they have shown fight, they've shown passion so far. They've got 1 point. They had a tough test with like City and Liverpool, so you can't blame them. They scored against City in the opener. They scored the opening goal against City, so you can't blame them. But I think, they're just not good enough. So they're gonna finish 18th, but they are gonna end up going down. Next up in 17th, just avoiding relegation, is Leicester. Now, Leicester made a good start against Spurs. Jamie Vardy comes on, reminds Spurs how many Premier League trophies they have, scores, gets a point. But Leicester, they're not the Leicester that we had back in COVID, back in 2021, when, they were constantly 5th, battling for top 4. I don't think they're going to go down. They have enough Premier League know-how, but I think they're going to struggle and they're going to finish 17th. Next up is Forest, and Leicester are going to finish 17th given the trend of like how the newly promoted teams are always at the bottom. Next up is Forest in 16th. Nottingham Forest are just, ever since they've been promoted, they've always been in the relegation battle. They always escape. Nothing to say much. Nuno is a decent manager. They've got Hudson-Odoi. Chris Wood is looking really good. I think they're going to finish 16th. Then is Brentford, who of course have lost Ivan Toney, 40 million. But since they've got that money, they might do some spending in January, if I'm being honest. That could end up helping them. I think Brentford will finish 15. They've fallen off a bit, to be honest. Don't think they're going to do anything special. Yeah, that's that. Brentford in 15th. Next up in 14th, I think, are going to be Wolves. Wolves got absolutely thrashed by Chelsea. That was an amazing game. Winless in their first two. Gary O'Neill has done a good job last season, but this season I think they're going to struggle a bit, because I just think other teams who I'm going to be talking about in a bit are going to do better. Wolves 14, because I think Bournemouth, Gary O'Neill's former club, are definitely going to be above them in 13th. I think Andoni Iraola has done a pretty decent job, He's gotten his players. They've lost Solanke, which is going to be a big miss. But I think they can manage without Solanke. They've got Semenyo who can score. That comeback at Everton was amazing. They still haven't lost this season, which is a remarkable achievement. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think Bournemouth are going to, finish 13th. Let me just rearrange this a little bit. Yeah. And then in 12th are going to be Crystal Palace, the eternal 12th team. Palace have, of course, looked good under Oliver Glasner. But I just think that they have not looked that impressive in the opening 3 games, and there's just other clubs who've done better business. I think Palace 12th, but way better than the other teams below them. Bournemouth, Wolves, Brentford, they're going to do way better than them. Above them are going to be Fulham. Fulham have gone under the radar, but they've actually got a solid team, They've signed Smith Rowe from Arsenal. That's going to definitely help them. Their striker Muniz is doing pretty good. Iwobi has scored already this season. I think Fulham are going under the radar. They could really do well and just, stay proper mid-table. Now we're entering the top half. This is where it gets important. West Ham, I think, are going to be in 10th. West Ham have made unbelievable signings. They're just going under the radar for no reason. West Ham signed Fulkrug, Todibo, just Kilman, you name them, West Ham has signed them. They've lost James Ward-Prowse as much as I can remember. But they've had a decent start to the season. Bowen is now captain. I think West Ham are going to do good, But there's just too much competition. They're going to be 10th. In 9th, as you all know, if you watched me last year, I famously predicted Man U's 8th finish last season in the Premier League. This year, let's see if we can do it 2-on-2. I say Man U are going to finish 9th this season. It's been a pathetic start to the season. Ten Hag's job is looking dicey again. I just don't see. For the last 2 seasons, everyone's been saying, "Oh, United's had great transfer windows, amazing." No, I don't get where this misconception comes from. They've signed De Ligt, which is certainly not the De Ligt from 2019, nor is it the Mazraoui from the Ajax side. And they've signed Euro, who's injured, so half the season without him almost. And then Xerxes, he just scored on his debut. That's all. That's literally all that's going to carry him for the rest of the season. He's not some, Wayne Rooney reincarnated, as Man U fans are saying. I think Man U are going to finish 9th. Clip this, it's going to be correct. Mark my words. 8th are going to be Brighton. Unbelievable under Fabian Hurtzler. 7 points already. Drawn against Arsenal. Beaten Man United. Brighton are doing a brilliant job. I think this season, no Europe. They're going to be back. They're going to be fighting for the top places. In 8th. I think in 7th are going to be Newcastle. Same finish as last season. I think Newcastle are definitely looking good. They've got no UCL this season, so that's got to be putting more focus on the Premier League. But I just don't think they can finish above 7th. Newcastle, Isak's doing good. If he's on form, Newcastle could rise up the table. They could finish 4th or 5th or 6th. But for now, I think they're going to end up 7th. Now, Conference League in 6th are going to be Tottenham Hotspur. I think Tottenham, they've signed Solanke. Other than that, they haven't done any big name business. But, Ange Postecoglou had a decent first season in 5th. I think they're going to drop off a little bit. I'll come to the why in a second. I think they're going to finish 6th, Conference League, simple. In 5th, I think are going to finish Chelsea FC. As a Chelsea fan, of course. It's been weird. It's been the same start as Pochettino. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss. The Wolves game was crazy. City game, as expected. Crystal Palace game is the same old Chelsea under the new ownership. Played well, didn't take our chances, 1-1 draw. But I think Enzo Maresca is doing decent. I don't think we're going to finish top 4, but certainly a bit better than last season. So 5th. But with the ownership, Silvo and everything, I'm going to make videos on that soon. You never know what can happen. Next up in 4th, I think, are going to be Aston Villa. I know this is a surprising prediction, but I think they're going to retain their Champions League spot. They've done really, really well in the summer. Onana has been such a good signing. They've signed Maatsen from us. I think Aston Villa are going to maintain this 4th spot. This could be a completely wrong prediction, but I just couldn't see anyone else who deserved to finish in the top 4 as much as them. In 3rd place, now this is the real trigger warning, is going to be Arsenal. And now a lot of angry Arsenal fans are going to rush to the comments. Arsenal are going to finish behind City and Liverpool. Mark my words. I know a lot of people saying this is it, this is their year. What I've seen from them so far in the 1 month, their window hasn't been that good. Calafiori and Mikel Merino. Sterling's gone to Arsenal, of course. That's an interesting one. Let's see what he does. But I just don't think Arsenal are going to do better than Liverpool, who I've put in 2nd. Because Liverpool have had a crazy start to the season. They haven't even conceded. Arne Slot is doing pretty good. Salah is on top form. So is Trent. So is Luis Diaz. So is Jota. So is Van Dijk. Konate. This defense is fire. Liverpool are doing very, very good. I think Liverpool are way better than Arsenal right now in terms of their position. You could see with how Arsenal dealt with going to 10 men against Brighton. I don't think they're ready yet. I think Arsenal reached their peak. I think their peak is over. They've missed their chance. I think Liverpool are definitely above them. And then, what else can I say? Number 1, Man City. I quote from last year's video, it's Man City. Because it's just Man City. There's no way anyone else is going to finish above them. They're going to do fine in a row. Have you seen their start to the season? Erling Haaland, 3 games, 7 goals, 2 hat-tricks. 9 points out of 9, top of the table already. Man City are winning the league, no comment, nothing special to say. No one can steal it away from them. The system they've built, there's just no chance of Arsenal or Liverpool leapfrogging them. Liverpool, if they were playing this way under Jurgen Klopp, I might have put them above City, but just with Arne Slot, like a new manager, no way they're gonna eclipse City. And Arsenal, they're not looking like, you know, they can reach those heights again. And City look better than ever, if I'm being honest. So yeah, this is my Premier League prediction. City champions, top 4 completed by Liverpool, Arsenal, Villa, Chelsea 5th, Tottenham 6th, top half completed by Newcastle, Brighton, Man U, West Ham. And then these are like the mid-table-ish lot. Fulham, Palace, Bournemouth, Wolves. These are the relegation battle people. And these are the 3 I picked to go down. So that's it for my Premier League predictions, guys. Let me know what you think, what you predict, how you would have done it differently. And yeah, that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. Have a good day. And goodbye.